Kansas anymore. But I found Nick. We just made it to our Airbnb. I've taken 0 videos. It took an hour to drive here because the airport is forever away from town. So we're trying to go to KFC, and I had to unplug my phone, but it keeps trying to make us make a U-turn in the middle of this road because I missed this very hidden turn. And then it's like, oh yeah, just turn right, but there's this concrete median between the 2 lanes, so we're just stuck. Good first impression. Good first impression. Well, I finally was able to make a little like square U-turn thing, and we've made it. Parking, ridiculous. 50 whole cents an hour. It's crazy. We got a whole feast, boys. A whole feast. I'm supposed to have mashed potatoes, but they're not ready yet. The sandwich looks gross, but it's buffalo flavored. It's actually kind of good. Nick won't try the sauce, par for the course. This is our rental car. It's a Toyota Hilux. Full poverty spec. No cruise control, nothing. We made it back, and it's really raining out there. I mean, you can hear it. I'm sure it's very hard to tell how rainy it is. But trust me, it's very rainy. The good news is the forecast says rain every single day for our trip, so. Yeah, it's morning time now. No more rain. You can finally actually see what it looks like from our Airbnb. It's very green. The proper first stop of the trip, we're going to Walmart.
Wally World.
It's actually kind of great. They have stoves and electronics and stuff. It's like same, but the items that you could buy are very different. No cooktop. It seems like they only do powdered or like sealed non-refrigerated milks here, which is kind of weirding me and him out. Oh, oatmeal. We got Japanese drinks here. Huh. Our cart's getting kind of full. We bought a ridiculous amount of stuff for $100 whole.
We bought a ridiculous amount of stuff, only $100 whole.
This is apparently the president's house. We just drove here. We're trying to go to the military museum, but it's a cool looking building. Interestingly, the president's house doesn't open until 7 p.m. for some reason. There's this really cool relief map of the entire country. That, back there, is the high point. You'll see that later. We're in the museum. They got a Jeep. I don't know what this thing is. A power wagon. Another Jeep. Another power wagon. Got planes. There's this cool statue. Our next stop was the Railway Museum, but it's a little sad right now, so we're not going to that. We were trying to go to a museum. I don't know what museum it was. We got there, and there was no parking literally anywhere. So now we're going to the opposite side of town to go to the art museum, and then at some point we're going to give up and Uber our way around town.
Alameda 1, Pablo II Y25 Avenue. Norte, then
Traffic
turn
is a
right
bit of
onto
a nightmare.
Alameda 1, Pablo II.
Another parking garage, just in case. We have made it into the art museum, and we're going to lean very heavily on Google Translate for the next little bit. There's a lot of this museum that you can't take pictures of. So, the art museum was kind of tiny, but they have a cool courtyard outside. And Mr. Knee Problems over here. Yeah, this cool guy. It looks like this used to be some like big open courtyard, but they walled it off. The buildings here are kind of cool though. So as is what seems like a tradition, we drove like 37 feet down the road from the art museum, and we went to the mall. But it's pretty sparse in here so far. We'll follow up when we find something cool. We got some sandwiches. Well, we meaning me. This guy wanted cappuccino, and that's it.
Just gonna ease ourselves in here.
Thank you, red car.
In 500 meters, turn left onto Avenue Francisco Gavidia.
And that's how you do it.
Edgiest looking bridge I've ever been on. We could die at any moment.
Whoa, did you see the
gridlock? Yeah.
Jeez.
After going through what would be described as nightmarish traffic, we've made it to the archaeological site, and so did someone from Germany. Heck yeah, they're from Wolfsburg. Here's a little timeline. We're inside the museum now. It seems like this site was kind of founded around the year 500 AD. So that's cool. This is a UNESCO site. It's called... So this was a Mayan site, and it's preserved in ash. I guess there's a little map. Prehistoric settlement. It was preserved in the year 630 AD when the nearby volcano erupted. This was the community building. This one was a storage area. Would it really be an archaeological site without some cats? Would it? Apparently. This is a masterful work of pre-Hispanic architecture, creating this dome out of duab and wattle. Now, I've been to a lot of archaeological sites, and I'm honestly not 100% sure what that means, but it's cool. It looks like it was some sort of ceremonial site. There's some really cool plant life here, and some very nice gardens as you walk through. If there's anything to take away from this being the coolest thing we've done all day on our first day, is always visit your local UNESCO heritage site. So this was a housing system of a family, but just the kitchen has been excavated. I don't know if it's talking about that or probably that. It's a little hard. They need, here, anybody from El Salvador is watching that works for this site, add a little map to each one of these that highlights the buildings. Okay, thanks. This was the shaman's house. Now, was it that or was it that? I don't know, but there's some information about it. Pause if you want to read it. We found another interesting plant. No idea what that is or why it won't focus very well. But the archaeological site was cool. We kind of went into it a little rushed because we didn't think we had that much time. So we went through pretty fast. So now we've got a 50-minute drive, and we're gonna go for a nice walk up on top of a volcano, the one that's just outside of San Salvador. So we made it to the next stop, the San Salvador volcano. Parking, a little annoying. And you have to pay $2 each to get in. It's our ticket. We made it to the crater. It was not that far away, just a few short stairs. There's a glass floor overlook above us, but that was extraordinarily crowded, so we just came down a little. Little pathway that has the view of the crater. The top was 6,000 feet above sea level, fun fact. San Salvador is right at like 2,200. So it's a bit of a gain. Also, very popular spot. This is the most rewarding viewpoint so far. For some reason, the 0.5 camera is just very blurry, so there you go. There's also a viewport of the city. Viewpoint. There's a bunch of cool street art in the parking lot.
I'm gonna get all this food that's coming.
I actually don't know how to say these. We've been calling them pupas, but I have no idea if that's the right way to say it. It's beautiful. So it's day 2. We woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning, and we're driving to the tallest mountain in El Salvador. It's a great time, and it's honestly, the drive actually hasn't been so bad. At some point, it's going to change to a ridiculous 4-wheel drive road. We'll show you that, and hopefully that goes well. Instagrammer girl. Good view though. We're up at 6,800 feet. We stopped at a little overlook. Honestly, not the best view I've seen so far.
Actually, I was a little disappointed.
Yeah. Well, onward and upward. We couldn't find where the path went for the car, but we're still on the little road. We're only like a half mile away from the summit. And I don't know, this looks fine, but like also kind of glad we're not in the car. So takes two, we got back in the truck because we were like, we could do better than this. So that's what we're doing. That's some nice views. Having a hard time. Apparently we went this way. I think we actually need to be up past that gate, which was sort of open. So I think we're okay. Nick's shooting for some views. What's it like down there? Okay. Then I won't bother. After a short little walk up the hill. El Salvador. And I don't know if this means that I've crossed into Honduras, but there is that. I imagine that away probably is Honduras because of the sign, but did it. Tallest mountain, El Pital. Foggy. Cell towers. Guard dogs. It's a vibe. Are we going to traverse the sketchy little overlook thing?
Oh, jeez.
For no view. This was for nothing. By the way, for reference, 8,915-ish feet. Real mountain. So that's cool. Barbed wire. Let's see. We'll see if we see our friends, the guard dogs.
You should send me the
They don't like us. The jungle vibe's really cool. The little pathway up here is really nice. It's too bad about the fog, though. We got the good view that we were chasing this entire time. Drove a little bit down the road into the little village. We're on this little overlook thing. All the shops and the little hotels and stuff. It's pretty cool. On our way back down the mountain, we stopped at an overlook. And we got the mountain we just climbed up there. How neat. There's no parking for this overlook, so we're just stopped on the side of the road. Kind of funny. First Salvadorian gas station experience. They pump it for you, so automatically lose a point for that one. All right, gas station left. We got, I don't know what that is. It looked interesting, so I got it. Got some chips. These are Nick's. We got some chips for me. By the way, we left all of our snacks in the Airbnb 2 days in a row. Oh, it's sticky. All right, let's find it. It tastes like a Hostess, like pie. There's apple. It's okay. I mean, I'm not gonna get it again, but we didn't record it. But whenever we got to this archaeological site that we're about to go walk around, got off the main road, missed the turn because it's just this little dinky dirt road. So I made a U-turn, got back in here, and immediately there's like a security guard holding a shotgun, and he's like, "Oh, this way!" And then we drove down the kilometer-long dirt road, and now we're at the archaeological site. So you're going to see what that looks like right now. We just went through the museum for this part. And Here's a rapid fire list of fun facts while we walk in. It was the first proper city in El Salvador. Heavy Mexican influence due to immigrants at the time. It was built in around 1100 AD. Existed for 150 years. There's signs that there was an invasion. And they burnt the city to the ground. And then they left. And that was kind of the end of it. So there's no good history about it. But there is a temple over there. This was the Western Ball Court. I don't know what you're thinking. He said Western. That's right. There's two of them. Apparently at its peak, 25,000 people lived here, which to me sounds like a whole lot, but maybe not by modern standards. This is one of the circular temples. Also for future reference, it's very hot and humid. So that is the Mayan pyramid, Nick for scale. It's not that tall, but it is cool. I've never seen the one in Mexico, so this is as good as I've got for right now. We just found some great news. You can walk up it. These ruins go on and on and on. The city used to be 1.4 square miles. Sounds pretty big for old-timey cities. You see this stairs? These stairs right here? The United States government paid for this. What a funny thing. Made it on top of the pyramid. This is the North Ball Court. Apparently, I figured it would have been grass, but they had it paved with seashells to make lime. Turns out that that structure, this guy, P9, which is that guy, who has obviously been restored a little bit, has served as a dance plaza back in the good old days when this place was new. But in the 80s through the early 90s, it was a machine gun encampment, which is interesting. That place was really cool. We're on our way to another one now. Here's that silly little dirt road. This is the entrance to that archaeological site. So a lot of stuff here is cash only, including this place, this new archaeological site of San Andreas that we came to. And somebody forgot his cash in the Airbnb. So we rolled up. The guy's like, it's $11. I have a $5 bill. I was like, oh shit, no good. So we leave, and it clicked that I had $7 worth of coins in my pocket. So we came back, the guy looked super confused, and I handed him that big thing worth of coins, and he was like, oh, okay. And now we're here. The museum is way nicer here. So this place was occupied from 200 AD all the way to 900 to 1500 AD. They found an important offering here. It's just called Structure 7 though, so we don't really know what it is, but look at that. They made that out of concrete recently because that is one of the criticisms of this site, per Nick. I could see how some of this would be controversial. But you know, if it wasn't there and now it's there, I guess it's kind of cool.
It's kind of cool, that picture.
Yeah, hang on. Wait, stand by. There you go. There you go. There's some potentially original, but maybe not because there's rebar sticking out of the wall. Stairs under this shield thing. That's the San Salvador volcano from yesterday, fun fact. So this is the indigo factory from colonial times. Unfortunately, this is as close as we can get because for some reason this area is closed right now. But, yeah, so this is from like the 1500s. That historic site wasn't really that great. But to rectify the cash problem, we're back at Walmart because I read some stuff online. People said just go to Walmart if you need cash because the ATMs there are trustworthy, whereas some of them have, a lot of them have skimmers. We're in the most chaotic shopping mall. No one can get a parking spot. Everybody's beeping at each other. It's all like outdoor outlets, but it's all food. It's very interesting. They have Radio Shack. What a world. We decided on the Laka Laka. No idea what it is.
It kind of looks like a bird shit on my food.
I thought that was amazing. Nick didn't necessarily agree with me, but that was some proper, like, actually really good Mexican food with some spicy hot sauce and stuff for it. Like, 10 out of 10. We've arrived arrived at the archaeological site of Casa de Blanca.
We arrived at the architectural site of Casa de Blanca.
It's not, it's archaeological.
Archaeological.
So this place that we're at here is actually an extension of our next stop there, which is basically across the street. This is another settlement that was abandoned in the 900 AD-ish era. And they don't really know why. This tree is ridiculous. It looks like a million small trees that all just joined together to create one big tree. They formed a tree union. The tree has a tree growing out of the side of it. The heck? This would have been a temple. Apparently much taller on the top. It's just the base that survived. We don't really know why they put tarps everywhere, but they found decorated dental pieces in this one. The highway does take a little bit away from this, but we'll just ignore that. The next one, Tazmul. It looks really cool. But look at this one though. Holy, it's a juicer. Can we carry you?
No, we got it.
The stairs to get up here were brutal and somebody's worried about coming down. Cool volcano in the background. Chaotic city right there. Ancient Mayan ruins right here. This place has got it all. It's got it all. We decided to come up and hang out by the pool. Check it out. We got back to our Airbnb a little early today. We've arrived at the national park where the Volcano de Santa Ana is. Late start, that's not correct. Late start, sunrise is at 5:40 here, because you can't do this before 8:30 in the morning because you have to have a guide to walk up a simple hill. Okay, so we made it. I think that's Cerro, I can't remember the name of that one. It's another volcano. Can't do both in one day, they said, because their guided tours start at 9 and 10, and you have to do a guided tour, which makes everything a bit more complicated and annoying. But we're at the little parking lot. We got an hour to kill. We're number 27 on the list for a guide, so got to get here early.
I actually have 2 washers and 2 dryers.
Rich guy over here.
All right. You're the rich guy now.
Wildlife setting. Sighting, not setting. We're in our herd.
Well, I did miss 2 weeks.
It's a lot of hungry dogs.
Exercise ring closed.
How would you rate this life-changing experience?
Oh, amazing.
That's great.
I'm go back home now.
It only took 2 hours, 2.5 hours to do 3 miles. Beautiful.
Dude, you got it though. You can see it.
That's crazy.
That's impressive.
I don't know how I did that.
Uh-huh. Dude, the height, the reach, even to the tippy toe.
They don't let you go up to the actual summit. Very sad. Posing for a prostitute doesn't really count. You didn't actually do the thing. You just cheated. I found the drone. So, overall, not the best experience because you can't actually go to the freaking top of the thing. I asked the guy, and he said, no, it's impossible because the government said it's not allowed. And I went, so, dang it, El Salvador. Unfortunately, because of the cloud cover too. No real views the other direction. Just kind of a sea of white. But we've seen this before. These ones coming in are kind of cool. They're starting to clear out a little bit. Look at those birds. Also, these are by far the worst Oreos I've ever had in my life. We were given the opt-out and ride in a truck instead of walking on the stupid pavement the rest of the way back, and we decided for it. Yeah, just be done with it.
This is a very interesting tunnel. Thoughts on the tunnel?
Oh, it was good. By the way, we're going to the beach now. Mountain, good. Hike, bad. Because tour guide, you know my opinions. Nick, what are your opinions on the hike?
It was pretty cool, but it was way too long because we had to stop a gazillion times, going up and going down.
It probably doubled the amount of time, and we had to start 2 hours later than 3 hours later.
And the hike did not need an actual guide.
No, it was super self-explanatory. There was like a trench the entire way up. Okay, thanks for coming. They have specs.
Our second tunnel. Tunnel in El Salvador. They don't believe in lights in these things, do they?
No, they do not.
Alright, tunnel review.
Also a tunnel. No lights. Hope to see another tunnel like it, honestly. That road's crazy. Look at that on the map. I don't know what that guy had going on.
What was that about? Tunnel review.
That one was short and sweet, but I liked the aesthetic. The man waving his hand around before the tunnel confused me, though. He's ready.
Oh, this is a long one. Not scary at all.
Thought I wasn't the only one thinking that.
Look at the walls.
Yeah.
They're just rock. All right, review. How you think about that tunnel?
I didn't love that one because we were in it long enough for me to think about how sketchy it kind of looked in there.
Is that a thumbs up or a thumbs down?
Go sideways.
The next tunnel.
Why is everybody braking for this tunnel?
Well, you see. This tunnel footage is horrid, by the way.
Perfect.
Wow. Probably the worst footage on my camera right now. The windshield is pretty dirty.
I hope that made it worse.
Nice transition. All right, what did you think?
The lady in the moped in front of us was going really slow, though.
Still going slow, actually.
2 out of 10.
Move. 1. 2 out of 10. Thumbs down.
We've made it after like 2 hours of driving to a beach. I'll let you know how beaching it is whenever we get there. Big surf place here, but we're not into that. I can't even get into the water right now, so. We found the beach. You guys are out there surfing. This is the El Zonte beach. Not uberly impressed. Really quiet, but like, we're gonna see. For the next, Nick had his day absolutely ruined. We were trying to take this photo, and he was getting blocked by a man with a flag trying to wave us into a restaurant. We couldn't actually get out and get a picture because we didn't really want to get harassed by the guy. So we gave up and just took one through the windshield. And yeah, you just thought. So now we just drove over to another beach. We gotta pay to park. We don't know where to pay to park, but we gotta pay. And we're gonna go get some dinner and go walk around on the beach. It is hotter than heck here. Let me tell you, we're having issues finding where to pay to park, but so are they. So we're just following them because they all speak Spanish and we don't. This one feels way more. We made ourselves to another beach. Got a big rock. We're not dressed appropriately for this either, by the way. We didn't really think we were going to the beach today. The hike killed a lot more of the day than we thought it would. It's, I mean, it's something. Nick and I are blown away by the beaches here in El Salvador. Now, if you were here to surf, it'd be great. But no ambition. These chickens were just getting frisky. It's crazy.
Highlighted the trip, Josh.
Highlighted the trip.
You will never believe that is such a nice Wendy's.
Wendy's, Pollo Campastre, Starbucks, Pizza Hut.
Okay.
Pizza Hut with the dog, the pee-pee dog, and the surfboard.
Oh, you still kind of look closed.
They do that. But there's lots of cars here. There's Subway.
There it is.
Let's just do the whole loop. So I know you saw a glimpse of me eating that burger there, but Nick decided that for some reason I offered him a plain cheeseburger and he told me to F myself. So we are now here at one of these other little travel plazas, which are all the same. We got Subway, we got Pizza Hut, we got Starbucks, we got Pollo Campastre, we got a couple ice cream places, etc., a supermarket, a band. But where do you think we went to? Where of all places could we have gone to? It's got quality burgers. It's Wendy's.
Don't hate on Dave Thomas.
Nick got a biggie bag. I got some nachos because I was interested. Off on walks.
Man, he is on the edge.
So we have just arrived at the Santa Teresa Hot Springs. It's expensive. $10 per person, which is the most expensive thing we've done actually in this country. But hopefully it's cool. It's a 2-hour drive. And the parking lot is weird. You just use rocks instead of lines. We're not really sure how this all works. This is the weirdest hot spring I've ever been to because there's also like hotel rooms interspersed. Some of these look cool, but thus far we have not found any that are actually hot, which is kind of funny. So we're gonna do the little dip and see if this one's any good. Let's find out. You're gonna see it live. Here we go. Cold. Huh. I wonder if these ones up here are warm. Let's find out. I have shoes on still, so I'm not getting in the water. Warm. Heck yeah. Okay. All right, Nick, give me a review.
It's a tad dirty, and all the nice things are no longer nice. So it's a down for me.
And a ton of ants. And it was $10. I said that already, but it's crazy because this is the most expensive thing we've done. So we're now at the coffee plantation. We just paid for our tour, and now we're waiting for Mr. Gustavo. We don't know where he is, though. So on our tour of the coffee plantation, we learned that here in the beginning, they put everything in these giant vats when they come off the trucks. Then they flood them, use a pump to pump them up to where we go next. Here, they have these little finger things that grab the beans, and the beans each have an inner and an outer skin around the beans. So these little fingers dump them into what look like cheese graters that remove the outer skin. Then the inner skinned beans fall into a conveyor belt. Then when they leave the conveyor belt, they fall into these concrete vats outside. They sit here until they're dry enough for you to stick your arm in them and none of the beans stick to you. At that point, they then use water again and send them up and over down into a hopper where they take them out and spread them and turn them over with rakes on the concrete for an extended period of time to dry. Or if it's rainy or they have too many, they'll use these indoor dryers that use these furnaces. The furnaces burn wood, but the air that's circulated through the dryers is separate from the actual air that is coming off of the firewood, so that none of the smoke smell transfers. From there, the dried beans go into a storage warehouse. While we were visiting, the storage warehouse was very empty compared to normal because we're at the end of the off season and the peak season is coming back around soon. Whenever people come to buy them, they select the bag and then they move on to the next step for their batch. After the next step, the second skin is removed in another machine that takes it off. Then the beans are sorted by size and weight, and each means a different quality. Then they move on to a conveyor belt where a bunch of women sort through them by hand to make sure that only the best ones go through, and if any of them look weird or anything, they take them out. Then coffee that's going to the rest of the world is bagged in burlap sacks and sent out, but coffee for the home market in El Salvador goes to the roasting room where it gets roasted and then ground. Four-wheeling our way down a four-wheel drive road, enjoying the views on our way to El Impossible National Park. Nick's back there taking photos. Good time. Look at that view. Very nice. So I don't see any good place to turn around. So trying to find information on this national park, I read that there was a north entrance, and that's what we were trying to get to. We're on some like really tiny dirt roads now. Probably fine, but we've decided to cut our losses and head back the other way. We got some cool views, enjoyed our drive. And we don't know where we're going, so we don't even know if we're going in the correct direction. So we found a good spot to turn around, and we're doing that. And we're gonna go to the south entrance, which is apparently way more popular. Got in the truck already. You having a good time? We got more views on our road. Good times. So El Impossible is living up to its name because guess what? A mile and a half away, road closed. So we drove 2 hours from the north entrance to the south, easily accessible entrance, down a very long and bumpy dirt road again. And guess what? We're not gonna get it. So we abandoned our plans to go to that national park. We said, you know what, let's try our hand at another beach. So it took a minute to figure out how to get down here. There was no parking or anything, so the truck's just here on the beach. I don't know if that's allowed. Also, you may have wondered, wearing a rain jacket. It's because I got burnt. So after our short walk on the beach, Nick and I decided to hang out in the bed of the truck by the ocean. And yeah, I could totally see how this would be a nice place to surf. Confuse me. That's fine.
So we've lost forward progress here. Somebody has put thingies in the road that you can't see. There it goes. So we can no longer go that way. How does this make you feel?
Confused, angry, upset. Waiting for this guy now. We're just gonna drive on the wrong side of the road. So, okay, we're here at the Emerald Lake. I don't remember the actual. Nick and I were also talking. The dogs make everything worse everywhere that you go. They're just always following you around, begging for food, harassing you. It's not great. This dog won't get off of that other dog. It just keeps going after it. The first dog just doesn't want it, but it just keeps. There it is. There you go. Anyway, Emerald Lake. It's a lake.
Ignore the dog squeals in the back.
Clouds are kind of cool looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, ignore the dogs screaming
It's getting
in protest.
assaulted.
Yep. All right, so children look away. But fun fact, after dogs finish doing their business, apparently the man dog's penis swells and they get stuck together for like 20 minutes. I didn't know this was a thing, and we kept seeing dogs stuck like this on the side of the road. I was like, what the hell is happening? And they end up like this, in this exact position where they're just facing butt to butt because the dog's penis is stuck inside of the other dog. There's your fun fact for the day. Chasing around at least something of a cool view. This wasn't actually our final destination for the day. It was just one of those things like, hey, we could stop here along the way. So we did. It's also, it's hard to describe this part over, you can't see it in the video, but it's been ridiculously hot. 85 degrees, 100% humidity, like minimum every day in the sun. Up here, kind of chilly, 70 degrees, like nice weather for once. Kind of sick. It's been a while now. They're still stuck together. We've journeyed to the other side of the pond. Da-da-da. And also, I'm risking life and limb to get you this photo. We made it somewhere. We're in a forest on the top of a mountain. There's a building. I don't really know where we're supposed to go. I voted this way. Nick thought we should walk on the road. Just kidding, that wasn't the right parking lot. This is the right parking lot.
What's that?
And we're almost here. There's this tunnel. You come out here and this actually was worth the effort to drive up here, and they got these funny little tire seats. Pretty cool. The clouds finally cleared, finally being like 45 seconds later. Got the ocean, got the hill over there. We got food at the restaurant. I got ribs. Nick got the beef tenderloin. He's gonna let you know how it is shortly. We had lunch at the little restaurant up here. It was mediocre. It's pretty okay. Expensive, but we're also on top of a mountain. And the view cleared up a bit while we were there, which is pretty cool. All these little islands, and then if you see that land mass over there at the back, and it goes all the way around. That's actually Honduras, which seem to be living near a lot on this trip. We've been close to Guatemala once, but mostly Honduras. I've just been informed that that's actually Nicaragua. And as you pan over at some point, it changes to Honduras. So, there's that. So we're now leaving our little magical viewpoint. We actually drove like 4 hours each way just to come here, and we stopped at a lake, but we thought about going to a beach. We realized they're all not going to be that great, so we are actually going to head back to our Airbnb now, which is kind of objectively hilarious. This is what the highway has devolved to because of construction. Everybody's passing everybody. Cars are driving on the wrong side of the road and just swerving all over the place to avoid potholes. It's ridiculous. It's great. Who knows what's happening at this point? We could die.
It looks like we've pretty much got into it.
I've thought that like 4 times then.
Yeah, look, see?
This is a 2-lane, like, traffic is opposing us right, by the way. Like, I'm about to pass some cars on the right side of the road while they're driving on the wrong side of the road coming up to a blind corner. Like, what is this? Everybody behind us is doing the same thing too. We just stopped at the worst gas station of the entire trip. There's the inside. I got a chocolate candy bar. It's pretty good. I haven't eaten it yet, but I'm just imagining it's going to be pretty good. The old roundabout stalemate. No one can move. This guy's gonna try to get into the left lane. Oh my God, brother, why? I'm letting you go. Get out of here. What the? We're getting there, boys. We're almost out of the roundabout. It's been like 4 or 5 minutes. This is our turn right here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see, we're in a reasonably large truck. I should just hop the curb. That felt a little dumber than it did initially while it was happening. A dinner of champions tonight. Nick and I have showed up to a very nice happening looking coffee place. Just a short quarter-mile drive away from our Airbnb because we are going to the airport to drop him off, and then it becomes a solo adventure to climb some extra mountains because we don't have old Gimpy here. We'll see how that goes for me though. I got my pink matcha. Nick got his frappuccino.
See.
Let's get this review. Come on.
Good.